Anybody that knows me knows that I've been doing these Volusion to BigCommerce migration videos for the past 7 years. If you go to YouTube and you search Volusion to BigCommerce, you're probably going to see, I don't know, 10, 11 versions of these videos. And there's a reason that I keep doing them, because Volusion is still around and we have migrated hundreds of different websites and businesses from Volusion to BigCommerce. So you might ask, Duran, why are you doing yet another migration video from Volusion to BigCommerce? And here is why. There are still businesses that do millions of dollars on the Volusion platform. And the Volusion platform has not done anything to improve itself over the past 10 years. Now, don't get me wrong, Volusion was very promising. I was one of Volusion's first customers back in 2005 when they used to sell $10,000 licenses. It wasn't even a cloud-based system back then. When they first started, Shopify wasn't around, BigCommerce wasn't around. It was really, really groundbreaking technology, but Volusion has not really kept up with technology. Therefore, if you're on the Volusion platform today, you're experiencing slow load times, you're experiencing limited functionality, you don't get access to an app infrastructure, you probably have very, very customized template structures. Because you had to fix problems that you have to move with technology, and because Volusion did not move, you had to build custom functionality. So now you're doing millions of dollars on Volusion and you're scared to migrate. You're like, what if I lose my functionality, my rankings, my business, my orders? And I understand. And yes, I make money if you migrate away from Volusion. That's a fact. But here's another fact. If you continue to stay on Volusion, you are sabotaging your business and the growth and the scalability of your business, and that's a fact as well. While I can sit here and tell you the same shit that I've said over the past 7 years over and over and over again, like, we're gonna order your customers, your products, your order history, your URL infrastructure. We're gonna make sure that we migrate all of your custom functionalities, your backend functionalities, your tiered pricing, any custom product configurators that you might have, and you are going to experience a conversion rate increase of about 15 to 35%, depending on the industry that you're in. I can tell you all of this shit again, but it doesn't really matter. Here is the reality. There are two platforms that you can move to, BigCommerce or Shopify. So this video is about BigCommerce. Why do we like BigCommerce? It has robust API infrastructure, it has a good template infrastructure, and we can do wonders with it. And it has a B2B feature that's really, really good for anybody on Volusion that might have both B2C and B2B operations. And it allows you to scale your e-commerce business without having to continuously dump money into custom functionalities and custom development. That's why BigCommerce is a good option if you are currently on Volusion. And I know all of the technologies, all of the websites. I probably know every single one of you that's doing millions of dollars on Volusion, because I've been eyeing you for the past 10 years, and you are probably one of the few businesses that are still on Volusion, that are stuck on Volusion, and you can't migrate because you're simply afraid. Well, reach out to me and let's have a conversation, because I guarantee that I can build a custom migration plan for you to get out of Volusion to BigCommerce. And I can guarantee that you don't lose any traffic, you don't lose any rankings, and that you actually become a more scalable business, more robust business. I will get rid of your headaches. And the reason I can make that promise is because, again, I was the first partner for Volusion. I've been in the infrastructure for the past 20 years, right? And I understand this technology at a deeper level. So without all the bullshit, the details, the technicalities, reach out to me and let's create a migration process for you, custom for you. You can't do this with any software, all of this crappy software that promises to migrate your business for $99. None of those are gonna work. This needs to be an API-powered migration process. Otherwise, it doesn't work. You're gonna lose traffic, you're gonna lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. And majority of people that migrated out of Volusion made this choice of going with cheap solutions or cheap agencies, and they paid for it with their revenue.
This documentation shows migration from BigCommerce to Shopify, but it's essentially the same documentation that we've created for all the different platforms. The steps might change, the details might change, the API might change, but the process remains the same. So if you look at the BigCommerce to Shopify process here, as you can see, we have database commands, we have migration commands, and we have the entire URL structures and everything, because different platforms have different URL structures and the different special characters, limitations. There are so many exceptions, right? Not only that, if you look at our GitHub account, on GitHub, we have done these migrations before. So we have full code on how we validate the products, the customers, the orders, how we tie them together, how we process HTML if you have HTML on your product pages on BigCommerce that need to move over to Shopify. Now, BigCommerce and Shopify manage options and variables differently, right? There is actually some sort of limitation on Shopify with your options, where you cannot have unlimited options. So we validate all of this information through our code because we've done this thousands of times. And if you look at this, you'll see all kinds of migration processes here, and every single piece of code basically makes sure that we validate this information through the API. This is not an export-import of a CSV file. You cannot do migration for a website that does millions of dollars annually through an automated software. Software is not going to validate any of this. Now, if you want to look at the documentation, there's a more detailed documentation that we have here. It has all these types of manual links. It has the different exceptions based on, what you can do on BigCommerce, but what you cannot do on Shopify, vice versa. Again, character limitations, the special characters, the errors that you might have. And we do all of this through our process here. As you can see, this is a very, very detailed execution. Why do we do it this way? Because it's very important that you don't lose organic ranks and you don't get 404s, because your traffic is going to drop, your sales are going to drop. It's very painful. We have a lot of prospects that used automated software and the migration did not go well and they didn't work with an expert, and they come back and they're like, well, we lost 50% of our traffic. We lost 60% of our sales. So you don't want that to happen to you.
Majority of people that migrated out of Volusion made this choice of going with cheap solutions or cheap agencies, and they paid for it with their revenue. You are not going to jeopardize a $5, $10, $15 million business because you're trying to save $20,000. If that's the case, you're an idiot. So you shouldn't be doing that. But if you're a legitimate business, and if this video makes sense, if what I'm saying makes sense to you, you should reach out. We should have a conversation. As an additional information, watch the rest of this video to see at what level we implement a migration process like this from Volusion to BigCommerce. Go to Optimum7.com and select eCommerce migration from the drop-down menu. Then choose the platform you are currently on and the platform you want to migrate to. In this case, it is Volusion to BigCommerce. Next, go to the Volusion to BigCommerce migration section. Click Request a Quote, fill out your name, email address, and website URL, then click the Let's Do This button. It is that easy. At Optimum 7, we have handled thousands of platform migrations in the past 15 years without losing rankings, without losing revenue, and without losing customers. Here is how we do it. We pre-map your SEO infrastructure and keyword universe. We have to simply make sure we know where you make money. If we don't know where you make money, which are the most important product pages, category pages, content pages, blog pages, conversion pages, contact us pages, quote pages, we can't do this migration. So if your agency is not asking you these questions, run. We work with a test sandbox server, and everything that we work on that test server, and we send it to you for reviews and approvals, and everything is ready to go. We basically switch your name servers or your DNS settings, and the new website is up. Again, without losing customers, without losing orders. And then this part is very important. We do post-migration audits. Our QA engineers review everything, and we make sure that everything is operating in the right manner. You're not getting any 404s. You don't have a decrease in conversions. All of your pages are indexed. All of your rankings remain. The performance, the speed, the compliance issues are all there. This has to be done. A lot of agencies do not do this. They just launch the site and they disappear. Our job is done. That won't work. This is why you can't do this with a freelancer. Contact us or comment below, and we'll be happy to guide you in the right direction.